First
Which
floor.
floor?
I'll show you.
Oh my God.
I went to all
You're
the-
not tired anymore.
No.
I thought you're tired from the morning walk.
I think I'm tired from traveling for so long.
Mm.
Recently was good, but yeah, I went all the way up. I went all the way up to the top one.
Oh my God, the 8th floor.
Yeah,
Which one?
yeah.
You're walking there.
Yeah, I walked there.
So energetic you are.
She really likes the trekking.
Yeah. Yeah. So now no tired?
Not tired anymore,
tired.
it's hot.
Hot.
Just sweaty.
Maybe next time that mountain.
我们可以 start 了吗？可以了吗？百川。Okay. Okay. Now, today we are gonna share a topic about looking for your true self. Now, I have met some volunteers and visitors come to here. They traveling around the world, and most of them they have spiritual pursuits. They want to find themselves, and they want to connect deep with themselves. So we can discuss, we can share something about it. So first, let's think about a question. Who is freer and happier, the king or the beggar?
I think the king will be happy.
Happier than the beggar. You also think so?
Yeah.
The king is happier than the beggar. But the answer is, whoever understands and knows himself will be happier. Maybe not the king. Maybe the beggar, he understands and knows himself very well, and the beggar also can be very happy and free. Yeah. Most of the time, people are busy with working hard to survive in the material world, and rarely can have a rest to slow down, to calm down, and think. Once we encounter the opportunity to calm down and are not disturbed by the outside world, especially when we are walking in the nature, when we are enjoy the beautiful views, when we are in deep thought or meditation, some whispers may arise from the depths of our souls. Who am I? Yeah, people would think about who am I when they are not so busy. As a person, as a life, what is the essence of me? What is the truth of myself? Where do I come from? And where am I going? And what is the value and the meaning of my existence and life? What's the meaning of our life? And what is the relationship to the entire, between me and the entire vast universe? We may think about that. So now let's embark the journey on looking for ourselves, our true self. There are 4 articles about looking for your true self. Today, I will share 2 articles, and maybe tomorrow we can continue the other 2 articles. This article is written by our spiritual guide, Xue Feng. He is also the founder of our community. Now he lives in Canada, headquarters. We also have a community in Canada. Yeah. Who are you? And how much of your life do you control? can you control? All of it, some of it, any of it? Needless to say, no one can control their lives absolutely. If a person can control just 1/10 of their habits, hobbies, behaviors, and words, then they are quite amazing. Can you control yourself? You think? You choose your hobbies, you choose your behavior, your words. Do you think so?
Yes and no.
Yeah, maybe we think so. I decide what I'm going to say. I decide what I'm going to do. And I decide what hobbies to do, my hobbies. Yeah, everybody thinks so, I think. There are many things that are beyond people's control, including their height, how tall they are, appearance, their race, ethnicity. We cannot control, we cannot choose. For example, I'm yellow people, you are white people, and some are black people. They cannot control, they cannot decide their race. And the environment, the time, the area, which area we are born in, the birth date, the birthplace, and our parents, death, and so on. These things are beyond the people's control. People cannot decide these things by themselves, right? All these things are predestined, prearranged, and no one can do anything about any of them. But what about our habits? Habits. What you like to do, and hobbies, what you are interested in to do, and behaviors, words, and so on. How about this? Can you control this by yourself? You can? Let's look at two specific. As reported in the World of Unsolved Secrets. Maybe this is a magazine or newspaper. The World of Unsolved Secrets. Maybe some magazines. A pair of twin brothers were separated from an early age in United States. They meet each other after being separated for 39 years, only to discover that they both have received a legal education and were interested in mechanical drawing and carpentry. They have the same interest in. Even more surprisingly, their ex-wives had the same first name, as did their sons. And even their second wives, the same name. In addition, both of them spent their vacation in St. Petersburg, Florida. Both of them spend their time, their vacation in the first place, in the same place. It's interesting. They are twin brothers, but they didn't know each other before they met. And the second example, a pair of twin sisters had been separated since childhood for more than 10 years. They agreed to meet at a train station, and one sister temporarily decided to get a haircut. When they met, she was so surprised because her sister had also gotten a haircut. Yeah, they also wore the same jackets, skirts, shoes, and carried the identical purses, the same purses. Both of them, 钱包 purses. Both of them were simply amazed. Unbelievable.
Wow.
How? Why? Unbelievable. But it's true. It's from the news. It's not a fairy tale or some story. It's from the newspaper. We can draw conclusions about this. Both pairs of siblings, they had almost the same habits, hobbies, behavior, and appearances, though they had been separate from early ages. When they did not know that was taken as individual preferences, they had all believed that they controlled their own habits and hobbies until they found that their twins were almost exactly the same. Everything that they believed to be self-determined turned out to be form invisible consciousnesses rather than their own wills. Yeah, it's the invisible consciousness control. And the habits, hobbies, even the names of their wives and sons had been prearranged and predestined. Yeah. From the example, we can know that. We can draw a conclusion about this. These kids represent identical twins because twins, they are special. But how about the rest of us? We don't have twins. Are our habits and hobbies completely determined by ourselves? The answer is no. Our habits, hobbies, interests, behaviors, and the choice of words are not our own decisions, but controlled by mysterious consciousness, invisible, mysterious consciousnesses. What are these mysterious consciousnesses? They are our true self, our true selves. The selves that we believe we are not our true selves. Yes. The real self is the mysterious consciousness hidden behind the appearances, controlling everything about ourselves. That is the true self. It controls everything. And it hidden behind the appearance. There's an example. A woman's husband was killed in a war. When the bad news came, the woman began to grieve and cried sadly. But her true self inside cried with joy. Finally, I'm free. But he has to pretend to be sad. But actually, inside her heart, he cried with joy. Finally, I'm free. Maybe her husband is not good to her. That's an example. 9 people out of 10 are pretentious. Most people, they are pretentious. They pretend to do something. So most of the people we face are false. They do not talk sincerely and are hypocrites. We often face situations when our true selves conflict with our false ones. Yeah. Our false selves tend to be pretentious, to cater to the times, the public, the others. Our true selves have nothing to do with them. And that's the, do you know the word Tathagata? Tathagata. It's a Buddhism word. It means the true self, the true thing. So how does one find their true self? Now we are continue to look for your true self. Second article. Yeah, that's the third. That's the first one. We can think about it. Yeah, the true self is. It's not so we think what we look like now.
Mystery consciousness.
Yeah,
Where?
behind the appearance. We cannot see it. It's invisible. It's invisible. Yeah. Non-material, yes. That's the.
Let's find
Yeah, we will find it out. Yeah.
How?
Let's go on.
Can we look for?
We have 4 articles. The last article will tell the answers.
Last article. Okay.
Second one. You ready? Looking for your true self. Second. In the movie we watched, people play their roles in the plot of the movie, of the story. Do you know plot? 剧情. Plot. Do you know plot?
Like the story?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In the movie. Actually, in our real lives, we are also play roles defined by our plots. Everybody have their own plots. Different people have different roles, such as some people they play government civil servants, or judges, or police officers, businessmen, teachers, or thieves, or hooligans. Do you know hooligans? 流氓, hooligans. Yeah, they have their role
Oh, their
in the society. 他们的角色 and so on. So many rules. These are not our true selves, but unconscious rules that have been arranged precisely for everyone according to the conscious needs of the plot. It's easy or difficult to understand?
Okay.
These are not our true selves, but unconscious rules that have been arranged precisely for everyone according to the conscious needs of the plot. That means you do not know your role and plot. You cannot choose your role. You are arranged by someone who the universe, the invisible consciousness. And or you can see the law of nature. The law of nature, 自然法则. In our values, we have our Lifechanyuan values. We say Dao. You know, in Chinese, we have Dao. Dao means the consciousness of the greatest creator of the whole universe. Dao. also means the law of nature. Dao. We say Dao. Yeah. The Tao, the law of nature is conscious about the plots. Tao knows everything, is conscious about the plots, and arranges the rule for everybody. According to what do you think? According to 就是根据什么它安排
My quality.
Your quality, your life quality.
Yeah.
Yes. 生命品质就是这个角色，它是给每个人道来安排角色，那是根据什么给每个人安排不同的角色 ？Spirituality, yeah, according to, yeah, it makes sense. According to maybe your previous life, your before lives, what you have done before.
What you need to learn.
就可能根据你的前世来给你 according to the previous life arrange rules in this life. Yes. So if someone were to ask you who you are and you answer that you are a mechanical engineer, that would be wrong. Just like you are a gym coach. But the gym coach is just your job, not you. 他是一个健身房的教练。So if you are say I'm my job, that's not you. That's your job. Every morning, do you look into mirror?
Yeah.
To see how beautiful we are. Yes, and in the mirror, can you see yourself?
Yes.
Is that image yourself? Are you sure?
No.
In the mirror? When you see the mirror, inside the mirror, the person, the image in the mirror,
Self,
is yourself?
not the
No.
true self.
Yeah. Looking into a mirror, do you see yourself? The image that you see has to be wrong. It's not yourself. Because all forms are seen inaccurately. Everything, if you can see them, they are form. They are not true. They are inaccurately. You cannot see yourself by the image of your form. By your form, by your look. The one in the mirror is not your true self at all, but only a false representation. Because compare your images at the ages of 18 and 48, you will see they are completely different. Because they are illusions. That's not the true things. You always change. You even don't know after this life how you will change, what you will look like. You don't know. It's not the true thing.
False one.
First one. We are false. In a movie. So they always change. Nine of them are really you. Look at the people around you.
You're false.
They are not the truth.
Some are given impassioned speeches, like me. Some are holding guns tightly, like the soldiers. Some make films, some make videos, and some singing and dancing. Some handling official business, some fighting and quarreling, some catching thieves, some stealing goods, some are preaching, give teachings to others. All are just acting and role playing. Now I'm playing my role now. It's acting and role playing. 9 are their true selves, but most are biological robots. We are like biological robots because we are running according to the programmed procedures. We're like robots. We are like. Actually, your true self is completely free. When you feel unfree, you are not your real self. You have to go work on time to make a living. You have to do business to make money. To be a police officer to catch bad guys. Or do your job according to your boss. Your boss lets you do whatever you need to do. Then you have to maintain the support of your parents. You have to do. And maybe buy a house, a car, get married, and have children. When you make choices, you have to consider the wishes of your family members and others around you. You have to remember traditional ethics and customs. You have to consider that. Ultimately, you can never be your true self. You have to consider the expectations, demands, and the constraints of the people around you, as well as the cultural values and the customs that the society adheres to. You need to consider the whole society, the people around you. If you do not, then you will have guilt. If you cannot support your parents, you will have guilt that you cannot bear and pain within your heart. Sometimes you have to be angry, assume a fake manner, pose as a person with high morals to pretend as you are a very good person sometimes, and say words and do things against your will. Do you think so? You will have to do that. Otherwise, you will face immediate problems with your food, clothing, shelter, transportation, birth, illness, and death. You have problems if you don't do that. So you would not have been living out your true self from your birth, but only playing the role that you have to play according to the program, which have been designed as a social plot. Yeah, you have to play this role according to the program. You want to be free. Everybody wants to be free. At least in our hearts. But we must live within constraints because you are trapped within the program. You are trapped within program. Put into the plot. Cattle, the cows, are driven into sheds. Pigs are driven into pens. And people are driven into circles of other people. Every people have a circle of people. You are driven into the circles of people. It's hard for people to escape from the bonds of the human world, the program. In China, we say three realms, the human world, the program, 三界, and can only be limited by the 5 elements. Have you heard about 5 elements? Here?
Fire, wood, earth, wind, water, like a system. Everyone in the system not free, can only follow the rules in this system, cannot
They influence each other.
cannot get totally free to be your true self.
Yes, I also searched some information about the 5 elements. Yes, just like Yang Le said, they are wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. 5 elements. In Chinese culture, the concept of 5 elements, also known as 五行, we said 五行, is a fundamental framework used to understand various natural phenomena, relationships, and cycles. Yeah, it's used to understand the natural phenomena, relationships, and cycles, also including people, including everything. And each element, fire, wood, earth, metal, water, each element is associated with specific attributes, characteristics, and interactions, forming a dynamic and interconnected system. They influenced each other.
Yeah.
What's your attributes of from the 5 elements? You know, every people have their elements. For example,
Wood.
you are wood.
In the mountain.
In the mountains, you are wood. I'm fire.
Fire.
Do you know yours? How can you know you are wood? According to the birth date.
Birth date.
Yes. From the birth date, you can tell.
Time on the date.
百川，你是什么？你是什么命？五行。Oh, she also wood.
Wood. 问一下 wood， 你是什么木呀？
我是
You don't know.
火 ，fire. We have the 太阳火，还有炉中火，还有那种很微弱的
Different wood, yes.
different
The 2 are all wood. I'm fire. Do you know what wood means?
No.
Wood means associated with growth, expansion, and vitality. Do you think so? Please. Vitality. And the color of wood is
大
green.
木，大兴安岭，
Me, I'm fire. Fire represents energy, passion, and transformation. Transformation. And my color is red. The earth means stability, nourishment, and balance. The color of earth is yellow. The metal signifies strength, clarity, and precision, right? This word. You can tell which you are, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, and the metal's color is white.
变大葱，聪明，
The water represents adaptability and flow. The water is very gentle and soft. And I like water people because I'm fire. Otherwise, I'm too hot. If I with water people, I feel peaceful. Yeah.
she is what?
You are water again, not wood. Maybe I'm comfortable with you. And the color of water is black and blue. Have you heard about 风水? 风水, Chinese 风水.
Feng Shui. Yeah.
Yeah. So now also very popular in Western countries. It's from China. And people, when they build a new house or they move house, they move home, they will invite a master, 风水 master, to help them where the furniture, the bed should put.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 风水. And it's good for their
For their children, for their family.
yeah, for their well-being. Yes, that's 风水. These elements also apply to 风水. When the 风水master they check them, so they also reading about the 5 elements, study. That's we just explain more about the 5 elements. Now we come back.
就是
5 elements 五行 elements
刚刚一个是 plan 完了，这一个是 plan 了这么一大堆。
然后用一句话呢，
五行啊
element
嗯
就是这样说，
对它相互影响
那个是啥的，
就是它包含了这个各种自然的现象，也包括人然后和他们彼此的关系，和形成了一个 circle 一个圈儿一个 system。
别扯远了，但是这个促销。
Okay, go back.
Come on.
Oh, there are also example. A news story reported of a man whose wife had affairs at home when he was not at home, when he was at work. You know affairs? 风流韵事.
What is affair?
They have sexual relationships without the husband, and eventually give birth to a child. He did not know the truth and raised the child into adult. But as the child grew, he developed less and less like him.
Oh.
When the children grow up, the father finds his children do not look like himself. So he had a DNA test. Wrong. DNA. The test result proves that the children was not his.
Wow.
Oh. already raised into adults, but it's not his own children. And the fact threw him into a whirlpool of pain and trouble. How should whirlpool 就像一个漩涡 a whirlpool of pain and trouble. How should he do? Once the truth was known, a comedy became a tragedy. Maybe if the father, if he didn't do the DNA test, he will have a happy family. But he did. He know the truth. The comedy, the happiness become the tragedy. Become sadness. There are also a story about from the ancient Greek mythology. 希腊传说、希腊故事，ancient Greek mythology. Yes, the king, Oedipus. Do you know the king Oedipus? Oedipus, he married his own mother unknowingly and innocently. He didn't know, and took her as his queen. Had he not learned the truth, he might have enjoyed his warm family. But when they learned it, when they know the truth, the queen killed herself out of shame. And the Oedipus blinded himself. Cannot see anything. And went into exile. It's a tragedy. 流放, exile. Do you know exile? So it's so sad when people know the truth.
So,
Once a truth is learned, its consequences can be terrible. What would you do if you learned that you had protected something that you should have destroyed, and that you had tried to ruin something that you should have been grateful for? It would be useless at that moment, even if the pain and repentance broke your heart. It will happen if you know your past, your last life, and you know some people, they are also come with you. Maybe this life you love these people. The last life, maybe he's your enemy. You don't like him. It happens. Yes. A pig could not live for even a day if it knew that the reason it was raised was to be killed for food. A pig,
happy.
if he know his reason raise him is for the food.
I never told them.
I just say if they know, if it know the reason. If 99% of humans knew who they really are, if they know who they really are, then our whole social system and order would collapse. And the human world, as we know, would no longer exist. That's why most people, they cannot know the truth. So how do we find our true selves? Tomorrow. We can.
What do you wear? Find yourself.
Tomorrow, I will go to Chiang Mai tomorrow.
Or maybe the day after tomorrow. Today because we are going to have dinner soon, 10 minutes left. We don't have time tomorrow. or the day after tomorrow. We're waiting for you.
Okay.
Okay. So that's today's sharing.
Thank you.
Anytime I want to know